This is a yes for the mess, but it won't be the same yes for the mess that you're used to. This is pretty serious. This is pretty deep. And I cannot give y'all the hilarious antics that I normally do when I'm talking about gossip or I'm talking about headlines. Because this one hits home. So without any further ado, let's get into it. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scott by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess. And this particular topic is not necessarily mess; it's just in the headlines. That's just what it is. We got two different articles. We got one from CNN, and we got another one from Page Six. But today we're going to talk about Regina King's son, Ian Alexander Jr., who passed away at the age of 26. Okay, who committed S. That's what happened. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into the articles, we're gonna talk about it a little bit. I'm gonna even bring up my own experiences with it. You know what I'm saying? So normally, I'll put a lot of topics on one video, but I felt like this particular one deserved its own video by itself. I don't feel like I need to put all of this other foolishness on the same video as this. I just felt like this deserved a lot more than, the same old, same old. I wanted to really have a conversation about this. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what a person is going through. You never know what a person is feeling. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into the first article, which comes from CNN.com. We're gonna get into it really, really quickly. Okay, so let me put the pictures up, and then we're gonna go from there. So this one comes from CNN.com, and it states that actor and director Regina King's son Ian Alexander has died by suicide. Her representative confirmed to CNN on Saturday. He was 26 years old. Our family is devastated at the deepest level by the loss of Ian. He was such a bright light who cared so deeply about the happiness of others. Our family asks for respectful consideration during this private time, a statement from King provided by her representative said. Alexander was a musician and a DJ. He performed as Des Dune. I think I said it right. I'm not sure. According to his Instagram page, he had released a new single, "Green Eyes," on January the 7th, and he had performances scheduled in Los Angeles later this month. He was King's only child, whom she shared with her ex-husband and record producer Ian Alexander Sr. King's son paid tribute to his mom on her birthday last year. Happy birthday to my CO. So extremely proud of you and inspired by your love, your artistry, and gangster. To be able to watch you take this life by its neck and make it yours is something I will forever be grateful for. But to have you as my mother is the greatest gift I could ever ask for. To be all that you are while always having to be there, love me, and support me unconditionally is truly remarkable. King spoke about the deep love she had for her son in a 2011 interview with CNN. I get emotional because my son is an amazing young man. It took me to be a mother for me to realize how incredible of a woman my mother. What? I don't know what they say, child. You don't know what unconditional love is. You may say you do, but if you don't have a child, you don't know what that is. But when you experience it, it is the most fulfilling thing ever. So that is the greatest part about me, being a mom to Ian. To get help, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. There is also a crisis text line for crisis support in Spanish. Call 1-800-628-9454. Now, that was the article from CNN. Now I'm about to move on to the next one that I saw before I even started this video, and it's from Page Six. Okay, they was talking about his haunting tweets that he had posted before he died. Um, it states that Ian Alexander, the son of Oscar winner Regina King, died by suicide on Friday night. Fans are now looking to his social media pages for answers, discovering his haunting last messages. You know that episode of SpongeBob where they go inside his brain and it's a bunch of mini SpongeBobs just losing their shit? Yeah, that one really hits home. Ian tweeted 5 days before his death. And another recent tweet, the DJ who went by Des Dune reflected on his relationship with social media, sharing, "I don't think that Instagram is healthy for me." Fans have since responded to the tweets with kind words, with one following tweeting, "Just to watch the love your mom has for you is emotional. My heart goes out to her." King confirmed the tragic news in a statement to people on Friday, which I already read that. Ian's 26th birthday was just this Wednesday. He was King's only child with her record producer husband, ex-husband Ian Sr. Several celebrities have rallied around the actor in the time of her grief, including Rosanna Arquette, Kid Cudi, and Pam Grier. Regina King and her family would need the biggest hugs at the moment, Grier wrote. So many have passed in the last week. There are no words. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's all for both articles. So that is it. That was from page 6. So both articles, the first one came from CNN, the other one came from page 6. Now here's what I gotta say about this, because you already know that the topic of suicide really hits home for me. It hits home for me. I have been very open with my battle with depression. I have been very open with I've been very open with being suicidal in the past. I've been very open with it. I've never shied away from that. I've always been, very open with that because my platform is about honesty, being genuine, and just being solid. And I can honestly say that I've kept it real this entire time. I've had my battles with depression since I was 12 years old. It goes that young to 12 years old. That was one of the first times I wanted to, you know, take myself out. One of the first times I actually said it out loud. One of the first times I called a crisis hotline. Um, but I was never really taken seriously on that. Nobody took me seriously. Nobody thought, if people thought I was just doing this just for attention. People thought that I was just saying that I wanted to do this to myself just so somebody could feel sorry for me. And that wasn't the case at all. It was really how I felt. Like I really felt that way. Like I really did. And I went through so much. I went through many, many years of depression, many, many years of having suicidal thoughts, many, many years. And people really don't realize how serious this stuff is. You can manage it, you can do whatever you can, but sometimes those thoughts never go away. Sometimes you may have your moments where they resurface once again. I know I had a resurgence of it when I was 14 and 15 years old. Those was probably one of the darkest times of my high school years. I think I had a resurgence again when I was like 21, um when my sexuality was a thing, when I first started to come out. That was another time. There was another time when I turned I think I was turning 28 that year. That was another time. And then the very next I think I had just turned 30 that year. I was definitely doing it again. I actually made the attempt, kind of like drove myself off a road or something like that when I was going through one of the worst times of my life. And even recently, I didn't talk about it, but recently, like I was at work and I was having this anxiety attack and I was crying uncontrollably. And the thought of the thought of doing it to myself came back up again. Depression is something, and it's really nothing that I can say that I could really explain to you guys about. But depression is really, you're looking at it. You're looking at the face of a person that deals with depression. That's how depression looks. People think that depression is just, yeah, it's a lot. So to know, and Regina King is one of my favorite entertainers. She definitely is. So I definitely feel bad for her going through this. Like this ain't nothing for you to go through. This ain't nothing that anybody wants to go through. Nobody wants to go through that. You can like when when you're doing stuff like that and you're going through your depression and you're going through this, you're trying to find something to numb the pain, you're trying to find something to ease the pain, you just want to get out of your head, because depression is really a game of the mind. Like you have all these crazy thoughts in your head that you really probably don't even mean at that moment, but you have a lot of crazy thoughts sitting up in your head like that, and you just don't know what to do with them. Like they're just sitting there. They're causing you to do crazy things. They're causing you to think crazy stuff. And when you talk about it with people, people really don't pay you any mind. It's like they don't really care about what you're going through. They really don't care about what's going on with you. They really don't care. People so like that's when I'm going through stuff like that, that's the first thing I say is that nobody cares. Because a lot of the times it does feel like nobody cares about what you're dealing with. It's like nobody cares about your mental capacity, your mental standpoint. It's like nobody really cares about that. That's how it comes across, because when you're talking about your feelings, your inner feelings, the way you really feel on the inside, people tend to brush it off sometimes. But then when you go through a situation like this, then they go back and they regret that they never listened to anything that you said. So I always say, check on your strong friends. Check on your strong friends. Check on your strong friends. You don't know what we got going on. As of right now, I have the whole world on my shoulders. And I post pictures every day like it don't even bother me. I do content just about every day like it don't bother me. I entertain y'all every day like it don't bother me. But I have the world on my shoulders right now. I have a lot going on in my life right now. But the fact is, I just learned how to manage that. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to manage it. That's the only thing that I can do is manage it. That's all I can do. So I say this to say, if you got somebody in your life that you know for a fact deals with depression and goes through depression a lot, please check on them. Please focus on them. Please help them out. That's all a person needs, is a person to help them out. All a person really needs is to ask, are you okay? Like I send messages to a lot of my friends at random just to check on them, just to see how they're doing. You know what I mean? Because people need that. People need to know that you care. People need to know that you're there for them. That's all they need. That's all they need. You know what I'm saying? That's really all they need. So, my condolences go out to Regina King. I love me some Regina King. I hate that she's going through this. My condolences goes out to her. My condolences go out to her husband. My condolences go out to everybody that knew him. My condolences, because this ain't nothing to play with at all. Like, it's very tragic when someone that you know and that you love is dealing with it. I know whenever I make a post on Facebook, because I know some of you guys are on my Facebook. I know all of y'all aren't on there. I haven't really, like, I got like 300 friend requests just sitting there waiting. That's why I just prefer you guys to follow me on IG, because my Facebook is more personal. It's for my family and friends and stuff like that. But for those of you that are on my Facebook, I know a lot of you guys have seen me make cryptic posts about my depression and cryptic posts about me, wanting to take my own life and all of that other stuff. I know you guys have seen it, and I get message after message after message after message of comforting words and things of that nature. People who don't want me to do that to myself. You know what I'm saying? So all it takes is for people to show some kindness and some empathy and some sympathy to a person's mental capacity. You never know what a person is dealing with. You don't know what a person is going through. You never know. And just because they're going through something, just because they're depressed, does not make them crazy. Please don't call them crazy. Please don't. That's all I'm going to say about that. So with that being said, you guys, this be your boy Scotty by Nature. Be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to click the notification bell so you can be notified whenever video drops. Also, be sure to follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter. They will both be down below. I do follow back on Instagram. So all you got to do, if you're a part of the Team Scotty family, just send me a message on Instagram, hashtag Team Scotty, and I would definitely follow you back. So with that being said, you guys, this be your boy Scotty by Nature, and your boy is out of here. Until my next video, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace out.